Welcome to ATF TV. I'm Christine Zhou reporting from London. China recently announced its next 10-year tech plan. And at the heart of this was 5G and a new concept that is being called 5.5G. We now talk to ATF writer Chris Gill, who regularly covers China and indeed Huawei for ATF. Welcome back to ATF TV, Chris. Thank you, Chris. So, Chris, Huawei recently said 5G is developing more quickly than previous generations of communication. And it now says it is looking at 5.5G to further the development of this sector. Could you please elaborate for us on 5.5G, why it's not just called 6G?
Okay, well, they're calling it 5.5G just because they're developing different applications within a different bandwidth spectrum in the 5G range. We're talking a lot more about industrial applications and boutique industrial applications, and for cars when they're going to have automatic cars. And they've also trying to time-proof 5G, so it'll be useful up until 2040, they think. 6G is not really a thing yet. That's probably the applications of 6G will be more related to space and things and deep undersea and things like that. So it's kind of completely different. But 5G, I think, is going to be with us for a long time.
Huawei recently said it has a number of core initiatives to further the development of 5G. What are they?
Well, the initiatives it's something to do with the government guidelines. Is they're trying to have what they're calling network convergence. So they're trying to bring all of the industries and all of the different broadcast industries, government functionality, and everything all together. And Huawei have listed various techniques they will be using. As, for instance, they'll send people out to work with various different kind of enterprises to create a unique, boutique, as they say, boutique system using 5G for various different industries. But then these have also got to be integrated into the wider network, so it'll be sharing the same cloud and all this kind of thing. So the idea being people have one device which would be used for banking, government services, shopping, browsing, watching television, maybe a bit of work, kind of a bit of everything. So that's all. Huawei will be the mastermind behind most of this activity.
Where do you think China stands in a global sense in future 5G development?
Well, as we have, it's hard to say what will happen next year, but at the moment, the last year or so, we've had a bit of a disconnect and a decoupling, deglobalization between, say, China and Western tech companies because there's been a lot of tension. So China has basically decided to go its own way, and they're building their own kind of bubble. And so because 5G was led a lot by Huawei, ZTE, and a few of the other Chinese companies, and they were sort of ready to roll when all this trade war broke out. So now they're basically just turned around and they're rolling out in China, and they're just going to design it for China's new infrastructure society, which the government's decided the next few years China's going to put all its energy into building a high-tech society, and Huawei and its 5G applications will be all focused on that. So it'll be a very different animal to what we have as a 5G when we eventually have it in, say, for instance, in the UK.
As it's well known, Huawei is engulfed in an ongoing battle with the US. Do you think this will in any way affect the way 5G's development unfolds in the coming years?
Okay. I mean, well, essentially because there's what we call a security issue between now that we're getting into such in-depth, like a phone or mobile device or a mobile network is going to know so much data about people in the society. It's become a security risk. So We have different countries are tending to fence off their technologies and protecting their citizens' data. So 5G is going to be a different animal in Western countries and a different animal in China. We have this very simple term 5G, but it's actually about billions and billions of different applications that will be developed once that spectrum comes into use. So it's hard to say what will happen in the future. With Biden coming in as president, I don't know if there'll be more cooperation or less, I'm not sure. But essentially, I think China is going to just develop its own thing and look at its internal market as the primary moving force for the next few years.
Thank you, Chris. And thank you all for watching. For more stories like this on what drives Chinese and Asian markets, please check out asiatimesfinancial.com. I'm Christine Zhou reporting from London, and you have been watching ATF TV.